Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to make this video to talk to you guys about my thoughts on Christian marriages, how it has been, and how it will be for our future generation. Um, because now people, I truly believe God created marriage to be a beautiful thing. The things that I hear people talk about and how people are living right now are two separate things, two separate situations, and I would like to explain why I feel the way I do because like years ago marriages were not like what they are now. People are getting into some serious toxic marriages and toxic relationships with people. And, they say that a happy family makes a happy home. So when you are dealing with good, healthy people and, your parents get along, your uh, the kids get along and everything works out just fine, that you don't have barely any problems. You have problems in your life and everybody has problems, but when you are constantly faced with toxic people and growing up in an environment where it was not healthy for me, I did not feel safe in the environment that I felt that I was dealing with. I was dealing with some serious toxic things in my life from my childhood to my adulthood and growing up. I was like, hell, where the hell it went through and why did it happen the way it happened? But I want to talk from a godly point of view about what marriages should look like and biblically how it should look like in a marriage. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of different Bible verses and then we're going to talk about like the reality of marriages because um marriages should be, you should be able to cherish your wife. So it says here in Ephesians 5:33, it says, he who loves his wife, who loves himself, for no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ did the church. However, each one of you must love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect her husband. So that's in Ephesians 5:33. That is the verse of the Bible. And we are talking about he who finds a wife, here's another verse. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. All who all above all love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. So that is Proverbs 18:22. Okay, so that's what that is. Proverbs 8:22. Okay, so as a Christian believer, we should be following what God has written in the Bible. So we have, I feel like so many people are misconstruing the how marriages should look like because of the fact that sin has entered into this world and it's all about he from himself. So we are all rooted into sin. In our sinful nature, we have lustful thoughts, we have, sexual immorality. And because I watch these things on time and time again with different marriages. Now, I have I have had a good relationship with my pastors. I've had good, like I said, I had a good relationship with my pastor. The first pastor that I came part of, Pastor Mark, sorry, excuse my words, but Pastor Mark was like a father figure to me. And so I knew his love was unconditional. He did a lot of things, and he practiced things in the church, and he told his real testimony of how he became a pastor. But he also showed it in his actions, which was he cared for his wife and he cared for his children. He loved his children as he loved the church. But here's the problem, and this is the reason why a lot of people, they say that marriage is like a covenant between a man and a woman. But a lot of men in society, they have fallen from what the truth of God, because they're living in sinful nature, because of the things that they see and the things that they hear on the news and on social media and things like that. So they are rooted into sin. And you got to stop making it seem like somebody is the bad person, somebody's the victim in your relationship. If you want a loving, healthy, happy relationship, because I've seen and I've been through loving relationships, you have to find genuine humbleness in that relationship. Because if all you guys are doing is fighting and living with each other and dealing with just problem after problem every single day, you are going to manifest into what the demonic spirit is, which then breaks you apart from the marriage that you guys were in, and saying to yourself that before the putting myself before God is what most Christian people do. They get married, and then once the title has of being husband and wife happens, then that God has really illustrated in the Bible. He stated to respect his wife as he respected the church, because the church is where the love is, and it shows with actions and the things that we do every single day. But if you're not following what it really says, and you're breaking apart from the church because you feel like you've done something wrong, or you made and you really committed yourself to sin, that's what happens, and that's the root of the cause of why people get divorced. Then they get divorced because, of course, money reasons and children and all that kind of stuff. But when you really decide to put your kids and involved in your marriages and stuff like that, that's when problems start to arise. So, like I said, if you really cared about your significant other, you wouldn't be gossiping about them. You wouldn't be putting them down. You wouldn't be slandering them. These are all sinful things that people do because they feel like it's okay to do that, because they want to get revenge on somebody. They want to, if they feel betrayed by somebody, they're going to do these things because it's in their sinful nature to do so. And in the Bible, it states that clearly in our last days, we are going to be doing some greedy things. And, a lot of people have entered into sin. And then instead of normalizing what everything is, we're seeing things on social media, and we're hearing things that are not of God. And that's how you don't have you're not going to have peace with that. So in order to have peace, which means you clearly have to follow a good godly relationship, you have to follow those things in order to building a good, happy, healthy family, because that's where it comes from. But yeah, if all you think is like this is if one flaw has to happen and you guys have some type of issue and you can't gain control of the relationship, well, then that's when things are going to start falling apart. So that's why it's important that when you do enter into marriages, that you ask questions like, what are your likes? What don't you like? You got to ask every question. You cannot be afraid because one person may not like what you say. I mean, a point of vulnerability, people get scared because they're afraid that if they know something about me, that they can use that against me or do some things that are hurtful and things like that. But when you are putting your trust into a person, you're putting your trust into that person and realizing that this is the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life. So yes, that's just a food of thought for you guys. I'm not going to make this video any much longer than what it is. I feel like I have thoroughly explained why, things are happening the way they're happening. But yeah, feel free to like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and always feel free to message me down below. I would love to hear what you guys' comments are, and just, take time to do the things that you enjoy in life, whether you are single, married, or, whatever relationship you're in. Just be thankful that you're still alive, because honestly, after COVID, a lot had happened. So a lot of people are going through a lot of turmoil because of the fact that, COVID happened and people lost their jobs, and people are now trying to get back into the workforce. And yeah, that's for another video. I'm going to talk about the government shutdown and how I feel about what the government is like right now. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and like I said, feel free to subscribe, like to my channel, and have a good Saturday.